So today, guys, we're visiting Duckett's Grove Castle, and I'm going to bring you in and we'll have a look. So these would have originally have been the entrance gates, and there's great history. Right, guys, so this is Duckett's Grove, and it was constructed in 1745 by the Ducketts themselves, and it was one of the biggest mansions in Ireland, and there's a good bit of history to it. The house was burnt down, the IRA used it as a base, farmers bought it, couldn't decide how the land would be divided, so it was left for 2 years standing, and they never paid back the loan they got for it, and then seemingly they rebought it again. So we're going to take a look around the grounds, get in as far as we can, and I'll bring you along with us. This part would have been stables where they kept up to 40 horses, and then it would have kept work hands and labourers. They would have lived on the grounds as well. But you can't actually access inside the castle, but you can access these areas and around the boundary. And what I'll do as well is take you in here, and this is where the walled gardens are, but I think we'll take a look at the outside of the castle first, or the estate, Duckett's Grove. Talk to you in a minute. Right, so we're outside the castle now, and there's a lot of information right up to when the Carlow Council took it over and what they've done, including wall gardens and making it, I suppose, open to the public to come and visit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in all the information over the video and edit, and put in as much information as I can. So sit back and enjoy, because this is absolutely fantastic. Duckett's Grove was built in 1745 on an estate covering more than 5,000 acres of the County Carlow countryside. Originally, the structure was designed as a standard 2-storey over-basement Georgian country house. From the mid-1820s, it redesigned in a castellated Gothic revival style by English architect Thomas Cobden, for then owner and head of the family, John Dawson Duckett. This extension of the building was funded by a number of previous strategic marriages into wealthy merchant families, and resulted in some of the original Georgian features of the building being removed or hidden. The building incorporates a number of towers and turrets of varying shapes, round, square, and octagonal. One tall, solid granite octagonal viewing tower rises from the structure. Duckett's Grove is further elaborately ornamented with oriels and niches containing statues. Several statues on pedestals surrounding the building and lined the approaches. The house is situated in the town of Rainstown, approximately 10 kilometres from Carlow and about 9 kilometres from Tullow. At its height, the house had a staff of 11 gardeners to maintain the grounds alone. After the death of William Duckett in 1908, last in the male bloodline, his second wife, Maria Georgina Duckett, lived on in the property until about 1916. By this time she was no longer on speaking terms with her only daughter, Olive. The outcome of this was the disinheritance of her daughter following her death in 1937, leaving her what is known as the angry shilling. Just 1 shilling from an estate valued at about £97,000, which was equivalent to £6,000 in 2019. Following the departure of the Ducketts, the estate was managed by agents until about 1921 and was subsequently managed by local farmers and later by the Land Commission. The division and the sale of the estate lands was completed by 1930. During this time, the building was empty. During the War of Independence, it was used as a base for the local IRA and its flying column. Possibly due to the Ducketts' good treatment of their tenants and employees over the years, the interiors and furniture were left intact upon the IRA's departure from the house. The house was destroyed by fire overnight on the 20th of April in 1933. The exact cause of the fire has not been determined. However, locals reported a minor fire the week before, which they had managed to extinguish. This led to speculation about the cause of the eventual destructive fire. In September 2005, Carlow County Council acquired Duckett's Grove and commenced with the restoration of 2 interconnecting walled gardens. It was officially opened in September 2007 for use as a public park. William Duckett transformed the modest 2-storey house into a Gothic fantasy, with regal arches, neo-Gothic oriel windows and grotesques added to the majestic towers and imposing structure. Ghost stories still surround the site, with several agitated spirits being witnessed over the decades. The most notorious entity is the Duckett's Grove Banshee. In this instance, the banshee is the result of a pishogue, a curse placed on the house and family to bring about death, despair, and financial ruin. This particular curse was cast by the angry, grieving mother of a young girl who had been having an affair with William Duckett and was riding on the estate when she fell from her horse and died. The banshee can be heard shrieking through the ruins of Duckett's Grove for 2 days and nights, with stories of those that heard her suffering fatality and family tragedy. There are recorded instances of a woman dropping dead in the grounds and a garden worker hearing the banshee cry, finding his mother dead the following morning. Voices of servants have distinctly been heard working in what was formerly the kitchens and pantry, and a phantom horse and carriage has rolled up to the former entrance. Disembodied voices, bangs, floating balls of light and spectral shadows are just a few more of the paranormal phenomena to occur in Carlow Castle. Apparitions of various figures, believed to be the members of the Duckett family, have also been seen, including what is believed to be the ghost of William Duckett himself, still riding on his horse throughout the estate, looking for his mistress. The ruins provide a hive of paranormal occurrences to be witnessed from the brightest and busiest of tourist days to the dead of night. I, however, witnessed none. So guys, I've drove just a few minutes from Duckett's Grove Castle, and I'm not sure, but way around there is the castle. And see if I can zoom in to pick it up. We have it, sorry, just there. And I'm in a field, which is pretty normal for me, I suppose. We have the cows, beautiful mountains, beautiful scenery. And we come to this, and in here lies the Ducketts themselves. So I suppose it's like a family cemetery, and I'm going to bring you along with me and let's have a look. Right, so the gate is actually locked, but I managed to climb over. So as you can see, there's just a few graves, and what I'll do now is I'll go around this way, and there's plaques on the walls that represents each grave. And sorry about the noise. So this is Sarah Duckett, third daughter of the late John Dawson Duckett of Duckett's Grove, died in Dublin March 12th, 1879, and she was 53 when she died. So that is the grave then of Sarah. And beside Sarah then we've Sarah Summers Duckett, of the late John Dawson Duckett Esquire of Duckett's Grove, died in Dublin February the 14th, 1879, and she was 82. And that's her grave here. And beside Sarah, another Sarah, we have John Dawson Duckett Esquire of Duckett's Grove, died September the 27th, 1866, and he was 75. And that's John's grave. And beside this, you'll see that there's actually used to be a tree, and it must have been cut down, but it had come right up through the grave. And this one is John Dawson Duckett, youngest son of John Dawson Duckett Esquire of Duckett's Grove, died at Bath June 2nd, 1841, and he was just 14 years of age. And you can see that the walls are cracked, and it's kind of coinciding with the cracks in the plaques. So this was John, and he was 14. And beside John then it looks like Elizabeth Duckett, daughter of, I'm sure it's John Duckett Esquire, 1839, and you can see that plaque has completely broken away. And I'm looking at it and I think it's Elizabeth Dawson Duckett. And that's Elizabeth's grave there. So we'll come around. There's another plaque here, and it probably is for this grave, in memory of Anna Maria, the beloved wife of William Duckett Esquire, Duckett's Grove, and she died May 12th, 1894. And I presume that that is the grave then of Anna Maria. And this one here is Joseph Fade Duckett's Esquire of Rochelle, County Dublin, third son of the late William Duckett Esquire of Duckett's Grove, died June 2nd, 1875, and he was 78 when he died. And I presume that there is Joseph. And this is William Dawson Duckett, DL, born the 14th of April 1822, died the 22nd of June 1908 at Duckett's Grove. Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that believeth of me hath everlasting life. And that's a verse, St. John. And this then is William Dawson Duckett. So that's all. So we have Ducketts and Dawson Ducketts, and there would have been a lot of marriages, and I think that's where a lot of the wealth came from, was marrying into other wealthy families. So that's all, guys. I'm going to try and make my way back out safely. Right, guys, so that's it from Duckett's Grove Castle and the final resting place of Dawson Ducketts. I'll talk to you soon. Take care. God bless.